Welcome back. We're ready for the second game of the third series of day 3 of stage 2 of the ASUS RG Dreamleague. Live from the Monster Energy DreamHack Studios. There we go. And I just ran, so I'm still probably a bit out of breath, but I'm fine. I'm just curious because you really liked the draft and the game from VP.Polar previous game, right?
We liked it at first.
The draft was amazing.
The draft and the itemization was good.
Okay, so what did they do wrong? Why did they lose?
They fought bad. Like, they didn't go together and abuse the Void so much, I think. And they didn't really play to their strengths. And I'm amazed that Finstack could win those fights. They just executed like 10 times as good.
Yeah.
Because they were actually not supposed to win those fights.
I mean, that's where like you see the classic reason of why Midas could be bad. Because your Midas increase your net worth. Doesn't make you actually tankier or fight better.
Yeah.
And then since your net worth is so high, they win 2 fights in a row, comeback mechanic kicks in.
I would say that's why you should sell your Midas when you start losing. If you lose like 2 fights in a row or 3 fights in a row, Midas has served its purpose. Sell it, buy a force on heroes like Treant.
Sure.
Having Midas does not make you win fights. And if you're losing and you feel like, damn, we can't even defend Rax at this point, get a Force Staff, get a Ghost Staff, get anything really, and start winning the fights. Because, you know, if you don't win fights, you don't win Dota.
That's good logic right there.
Yeah.
So for ASC, they should, according to you, not have won this game.
Well, I mean, they played better, so of course they deserve to win it in the end. But by itemization and hero choices, I think that VP.Polar were in a good spot to win it.
Okay, what do you expect for the next game? What's your prediction? Are they going to win?
I think that for ASC is going to win now, yeah.
Lumi?
Still with Polar.
This was the game that Polar, I said 1-1, and this was the game that Polar was supposed to win. Now they have their loss ahead of them.
Okay. Well, my prediction is already out of the window because I predicted that there would be a patch right now, and there's not. So
Disappointed.
There you go.
Where's my brood mother, Shiver?
Where's my phoenix bird? What is it? But I believe we are already in the draft, so we're gonna go see which of the casters is right. I'm gonna be left alone here. I'm just gonna walk off stage. I'm gonna leave you in the capable hands of Waga and Lumi.
We are capable sometimes.
Very capable. Well, maybe so, maybe so. So this game, I mean, I can only assume that VP.Polar feel bad about losing last game, but you can't really think about that too much. In a best-of-2 series, actually in any series, it's just the best mentality is to forget what happened in the previous game, apart from maybe some important lesson of like what the enemy used in terms of draft, if you want to ban something in specific. But just see every game as an individual game.
Sure.
That's what you have to do. And we see 4ASC doing the same thing as they have been doing the entire tournament. First pick Skywrath whenever they get the chance to do so. And even over Brewmaster and Vengeful, which are going to be the pickups from FNG.
Normally in the past, when we see the synergy, not a synergy, but like the dichotomy, is that the right word? Between Skywrath and Brewmaster is like, all right, if they have the Skywrath, Brew becomes a little bit difficult to pick into.
Yeah. Because
of the silence and don't get off your ult, and now you have even more time because of the ultimate being somewhat nerfed. Yeah.
I would argue that Brewmaster, the new Brewmaster casting time on ulti, you can even, if you're quick and in range, Vengeful swaps to cancel it.
Yeah.
But if you're too far away from him and you swap him, you're not in range to stun him right afterwards. So as long as you don't swap him into some bad position, it's a decent thing to do.
Obviously, we're not going to see that this game because they're on the same team.
Yeah, true.
So Tidehunter is going to be the Trixie hero this game.
Yeah, Trixie has played really well on his Tidehunter, I think. And last game he played even better on his Centaur. So how do you feel about VP.Polar taking the Brewmaster approach to this game? Brewmaster Vengeful. I mean, it's pretty standard, but we haven't seen Brew so much, mainly because he's been banned a lot today.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen any Brew games so far, at least.
No, this is the first one today.
Yeah. Instead of like heroes, I like to see VP.Polar dominate the lanes, because it's shown that they have been capable of doing that, even again with the draft that has so much late game power. But instead of just taking it to a late game, like getting 3 Midases, just go do a good old, we win the lane, we win the mid game, close it out. Win in 30-minute GG.
That's really been the problem of yesterday and today, hasn't it?
Right. Well, because you have teams like
it out?
FNG saying, let's get 3 Midases, one on Puck, one on our Devour Doom, one on our Safe Lane Core, you know. But instead of getting Midases, let's get a Mech Doom. Let's get a Dagon on Puck. You know, let's get an item, damaging item on your Safe Lane Core and start knocking down everybody.
I'm not sure it's the Midas itself making the games go that way, though. It's more the decision-making of how you play it.
Sure, but as the game drags on longer and longer, you have more potential for making mistakes.
True.
So I think that when you have, let's say, a 15 or 10k goal lead, you have a Dagon, you have a mech, you have a pushing item, win. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. But I mean, moving forward, VP.Polar can't just always rely on late game strats to win, because there are some teams like EG that will punish you on that. They will push you in 15 minutes to win.
I find the lack of Necrobooks in this tournament
very disturbing. Yeah, very disturbing.
The Necrobook is an undervalued item for some reason here because it's so strong and very easy to play around. It makes it so easy to just take the tier 2 towers early on, and even securing Roshan can be pretty easy because if the enemy wants to run there, of course you have already dewarded easily with the Necrobook, and you can send the Necrobook straight towards the enemy, just mana burning them and, you know, revealing where they are. So they kind of have to smoke to stop you.
I mean, apart from Exhort Invokers, we haven't seen Necrobook being purchased much by any other hero.
No.
What's another
I would
hero
say we have seen one other hero play it. I can't remember who it was that built it. But yeah, disturbing lack of Necrobooks.
Yeah.
So we now have the bans done for the second ban phase. It's going to be Naga, Siren, and Lich from 4ASC. Very popular heroes over on VP.Polar. So definitely, you know, customized and tailored for their team, as FNG loves to play as Lich and even draft up the Naga. At the same time, the Sanking of Jerax has been banned out a lot today. Of course, for ASC has a lot of games to play, and it's been banned in all games? No.
All games? I do want to say all games. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, probably all games.
Pretty impressive.
But it's fine. They have more games after this, don't they?
Sure. 2 more against Tinker, I believe.
Yeah, the final games. So what do you pick if you're Polar right now? When you have the Brewmaster and Vengeful, but you're up against the Tidehunter, are you going to take the approach that we have seen earlier with Brew and Disruptor, etc., being good heroes against Tidehunter and just playing around it like MVP did? Or is there something else that you have in mind?
I feel like they could set the tempo by doing a pick. Like, they're not I don't think you need to react to a Tidehunter, because Tidehunter is very one-dimensional. They're gonna go with Mag. Sorry, they're gonna go with Centaur.
Mag.
Which is actually Mag's hero.
All right.
No doubt about this.
Yes.
It's a good pick that doesn't reveal much about what you want to do.
Yeah, it doesn't
fits into a lot. Yeah.
And it also plays out the way that VP.Polar have drafted so many ways times before, where they can just dual lane the Vengeful and Centaur. And if they're against the solo laner, they're very likely to get a kill. If they're against the dual lane, well, maybe they can punish the weak support and kill him off. And, you know, hopefully they're not against the tri-lane, but in which case they should be winning 2 other lanes.
Right. I mean, the Centaur pick alone also says a lot, right? Like, VP.Polar could go Doom and shut down the Tidehunter that way.
Yeah.
But they're saying, you know what? You have your Ravages. We're not too worried about that, at least not right now. We are more caring about the mid-game pickoff, which between Venge and Centaur, you get a couple kills, and DP gets picked up here.
This is a little bit...
a pretty late DP.
New from Finstack. Have they picked DP?
Yeah,
they picked it once.
Have.
Okay, yeah, that's true. They picked it once before, and it got bullied a lot. But
I feel like when you have Tide and DP, much of your draft's weakness has been shored up. You have 2 good lanes to start things off. Hard to really lose a lane unless something big goes wrong.
Yeah, they have a lot of inbuilt or built-in synergy between Tidehunter and...
right, when the fight happens. And when you have both ultimates up, you should automatically get one objective or get a kill or 2 at the very least.
Yeah.
And perhaps even get an objective after those kills. So very powerful hero, very long cooldown. And you know, if you look at VP's fighting capability, they could fight quite frequently. So it won't be surprising if VP.Polar kind of takes a drastic spin of the game. You know what? It's like, we're going to hit you at this tower. We're going to hit you at that tower. Just fight frequently and fight early as well.
Yeah, that would be really nice to see. Elder Titan going to be picked up here. So getting some of that production. Yeah, it could be support this time. I assume that FNG could play it. Lil really likes to play as Vengeful. So if it is going to be support, it will be low, and I expect it will be. They have a triple melee right now, though, against Tidehunter and DP, but I don't think Brewmaster really counts as a melee hero just because of the fact that he splits every single fight, or ideally, he will split. A thing to mention on Finstack is when you draft Tidehunter and DP, the two of them work together so well because you have a long CD ulti on Ravage, but it doesn't hurt you that much to get one more long CD ulti on the Exorcism.
Stagger your ultimate timers.
Yeah, then you don't want to necessarily have 4 or 5 long ultimate timings, but just having 2 of them, because you're not going to fight without the Ravage most of the times anyway. So you might as well have the Exorcism on the same cooldown.
All right, AM's going to be the pickup here, which...
Matumba Man just loves it.
Loves the hero, but I'm not sure if this is the draft you pick it into.
ET? Yeah.
Yeah, ET does shut down your high innate base armor. Spell shield helps a little bit against the... It's okay. It just...
Yeah, it protects him a little bit, but I mean, considering there's the Vengeful with her Wave of Terror and the natural resistance being removed by Elder Titan, you're looking at a lot of minus armor. In the mid to late game, he could be losing up to, well, 25 agility armor to this Elder Titan.
Yeah.
Or 20 maybe. If he doesn't have his Butterfly, it's of course less. So a little bit of a interesting pickup. I wonder if he's going to go for still the standard build. I assume he will. I think the item customization is pretty limited on a hero like Anti-Mage in competitive Dota.
All right, so you see the Anti-Mage. You know hero can't fight really well till, at least Battle Fairy Vlad's. What if you just pick up a Lycan here? You build a Necros.
On VP?
VP. And you just say, you know what? We're going to take all your outer towers in 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, Lycan would be decent here, but if you start losing, you're gonna keep losing, I think. But it could be decent.
All right, we're gonna complete
like
some contracts.
I like this a lot more, to be honest. So,
I mean, I thought you want to see Necro books. I thought you want to see pushing.
No, I like... Yes, but you can't really just go all in on the Necro book. And besides, Lycan has not been very successfully run by any of the teams here, I would say.
Sure.
So I like PA a lot more because she works decent against AM. You already have all the minus armor on him, so all you need to do is really blink him once and get 1 crit. If you have the minus armor applied, the AM is going to go down to this PA. So it's a nice draft here. They do have the issue of having multiple melee heroes against the Tidehunter, though.
Apart from an Earthshaker, any support that you expect Jerax will be playing?
Well, I think he's very flexible after all. Probably one of the more flexible players on their team. So we will see. Maybe we'll try and abuse the multiple melee heroes with a Disruptor, but it's going to be a Wraith King. Yeah, so Jerax is going to play over to Skywrath Mage, and that is going to put Boogie on his Wraith King. I mean, he has been playing the Skywrath every single time, but just now when they pick up the Wraith King, it's going to be... Jerax on Sky.
It's nice if you have a Wraith King support that gets focused, but I don't think this particular Wraith King will have the mana to basically keep throwing out stuns to be annoying, nor have the goal to actually get into a blink to start being a factor. So unless Boogie finds some amazing farm early on, I don't think Wraith King will be actually a factor.
All them bounty runes, yo.
Okay, you're getting a lot of them bounty runes.
Smiley's being drawn here on the minimap by Trixie. Very nice.
I'm not a fan of this Wraith King support pick. Like, you need to do a lot early game to justify it. We'll see if it's going to work out.
I think so too. I don't really like it that much. I definitely think that having Disruptor could have been better, or just, to be honest, any other hero sort of thing. But we'll see if they can prove Wraith King to be effective here. At least he does give the Lifesteal Aura, which is pretty amazing for an Anti-Mage.
Anti-Mage, Roche purposes.
Yes.
But in terms of the mid lane matchup, we're going to see PA going mid. Stifling Dagger is going to be some CS tool.
Yes.
And that's going to give DK Phobos a safe lane farm. So maybe respecting their Anchor Smash a little bit. And don't want to put up the PA there. Or even maybe a dual lane mid with a Venge PA. Probably not. Probably just.
I think Illidan is gonna be just fine on solo mid. Like that's the power of him. He doesn't really need any support when you go solo mid on PA.
Oh, they know the lane though. This is what 4AFC have done really well game after game after game. They always get the wards down. They always go up, find out the lanes before the enemy team does. So they can kind of react accordingly.
Yeah, they're always so fast at it, and you know, it's an important thing. Knowing is half the battle, right?
Yep. That's some Sun Tzu shit.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, it actually is. I guess Shirley has not been practicing his RTZ block. He's gonna get the mid equilibrium really poor.
The creeps are so spread out, so doesn't get the best of blocks here. He can, of course, recover. Let's see how the block is going over on Valik's side. Doing fairly well, getting it pretty far back. He's gonna get a little bit better block from the looks of it right now. And actually, nice recovery here from Illidan. The block war, who's going to get the better block in the end. It's probably going to end in the dead even. It's actually, you guys could just have not bothered blocking at all. It was in the middle anyway.
That's actually, that meant that Shirley got the better block for most part, you know. If he RTZ'd that earlier, would have been perfect block.
To be honest, I would like to call it the Dandy block instead.
It is,
I mean, RTZ kind of was very far from being the first one to do it. Dandy at least would be one of the first pro players to do it.
All right, Dandy block it is.
Whatever. Let's just call it RTZ block. I don't care that much. It's a cute thing. Even RTZ himself has said like, I'm not the first one to do this, but that's fun. So Jarex is just rotating in mid now, realizing he can probably deal a lot of damage with Arcane Bolt here and try to shut down this mid PA. I think he would just run behind tower almost and keep throwing spells. At least being very aggressive under a tower and ruining some of his last hits here. So disturbing the mid lane. I like it.
Actually ruining a ton of last hits. Like Shirley has...
He's taking a ton of damage. And he doesn't have any salve. Sure, he delivered out an extra tangle, but this is not going to be an early bottle or anything like that.
Yep. In terms of the lane up top, Mag takes a point to return. Probably the good choice against the AM that's harassing you. But I don't think these two, like Boogie in particular, could keep him out of farming. Mag is CSing away. Yeah,
and Mag knows that he can push the center to its limits here and that he is in no danger of dying against this type of lane, especially when the Skywrath was just harassing mid. Sky just doing an opportunistic stack here on the medium camp when he's checking the rune. Also a stack on the Ancients going down once again here for Tide. So Trixie has 2 stacks down already.
Any possibility of kill here? Jarex has an Invis rune mid. He's going to get level 2.
They know about it though. Unless they didn't check the top rune, they knew he took an Invis.
Okay, by Shirley's movement.
Yeah, he seems to know. Okay, he rushes in pretty deep. Might go down if they...
He has PMS and Blur, so...
Yeah.
Hard kill. There's that level 2.
To be honest,
if he goes down for a CS in the river, that's a...
Maybe they can kill him right now, yeah.
They're going to try. He's losing a ton of health. There's Arcane Bolt in about 2 seconds.
No mana, no magic wand. He should definitely be dead.
Yep.
Jarex gets a first blood.
Apparently did not see the Invis being
And it's like Bruno said, Jarex always seems to get the first blood, right?
He does.
Did he get the first blood in last game? No.
I don't remember.
We saw the first blood on bottom by VP.Polar. Never mind. Polar actually got the first blood in that game.
I mean, Illidan generally is not the support player for, or sorry, the mid player, so maybe his mid mechanic needs to be...
I think that was just a mistake. You know, like, they knew about this Invis rune, unless they did not check. But if you don't check the runes when they spawn, someone is doing something wrong. Because you have supports in your team that don't really focus on last hitting. Someone is always free. You need to look. If you have the vision, check the runes. So
wise words from Waga.
A mistake. Yeah, well, no point buying wards if you don't look at the runes, I think. So that is a big thing. Dying on the mid lane is not something that you want to have happen to you as a PA. He does have his bottle now, catching up on gold. 14 CS is not bad at all, considering the amount of harass that he has been taking from Skywrath.
Sure.
And he's probably going to be doing a fair amount of catch-up. But it's nothing like a Shadow Fiend who can just go and spell farm jungle, because PA is not the fastest farmer.
So we have a little bit for Raid and jungle for that 4-minute rune. They will get this one. It's going to be Elder Titan to pick it up. In fact, they're going to make a go here. Blink forward. The Stomp's going to be there, and that's going to allow Mag to go on the high ground. They need another dagger. A little bit of juking from Valix. Now the Mag is going to be the focus.
God,
Stomp does not come off, and it's going to be a 4-man fight on the river. Jarex is a very easy kill if PA want to blink on it. They want to go on Valix. Valix, Blink Strike's going to come on. They can't get the last hit. The body block is real. They silence Shirley, so there is no dagger coming out. He finally will get the dagger off, but he loses vision. He now goes on Jarex. And
Surely just fighting here, going ham. Sadly, they used the Wraith King stun on the wrong target there, and Jarek's in danger here as he keeps getting chased.
concussive shot fires
His team
off.
is helping him though.
There's boots on the Skyraptor, and there's no boots on Shirley.
It's a 50-second long fight already. Oh man, if they just targeted the Wraith King stun onto the PA or alternatively focused on the bench there, I think for ASC it could have secured one more kill, but they did win the fight handedly already. They didn't lose anyone and they got 2 kills.
Yeah, meanwhile AM was free farming up on top the whole time, so
yeah,
big for ASC win.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Brewmaster was farming as well, but it's not really the same sensation because Brewmaster, it doesn't really matter that much if
he's not a sensational hero like AM.
No. AM so beautiful. So pressure mids, and DP is waiting with her ulti. Not really the same build as the MVP are building, for example. They will go for max Crypt Swarm. Oh, actually an attempt to kill mid lane here, Valix. They're closing up distance after a stomp.
Yeah, Valix should be dead here. There's a chance maybe he could turn around with some TP.
He gets out. Gonna be just fine. So that's a lot of time committed by VP.Polar trying to kill Valix, and so far Finstack doing a really good job.
Top lane making it go on Mag here, drops a hoof stomp, but here comes the stun and the silence. They're gonna try to burst him down, and
That's
the
a lot
mono
of
void.
damage.
Yeah, the TP incoming in from DK Phobos. Boogie might actually just walk away here. No, actually the tower focusing pretty hard. One more right click. Finally, VP.Polar gets something going their way.
Oh, actually, Jarex is stuck here between 2 heroes, but I don't think they realize that he's right there.
They're going to go for the AM. AM's going to try to blink it on South, and he does, and then they just run away.
Yeah, can they actually get away? Yeah, they're fine. They had Jarex trapped between 2 heroes there, but didn't realize he was stuck in the river. And in the end, it helps as he could actually bail out his team.
It feels like 4ASC always gets a lot more from their heroes than their heroes are capable of, at least like in the more normal sense, right? You don't expect, for example, a Skywrath mage to be this effective all over the map. He's 2-0-2, involved in all 4 of their kills.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Maybe that's just Jarex.
Maybe that's just Jarex. He's definitely on fire lately. I mean, playing so good in every single game. By far, he has the most first bloods in this tournament. By far. There's no one who has this many.
I mean, we do have an MVP vote.
Yeah.
And the winner of the MVP will get, you know...
And are we the ones who vote? Or
apparently so.
Okay, we vote.
I mean, is Jarex getting your vote right now?
Do we vote at the end of this phase? Or
yes, end of the phase.
Okay. Well, it's too early to be honest.
I mean,
some teams have not played yet.
Yes, that's true, but judging from the performance so far.
Yes. Right now, I would say he's the MVP of the tournament.
Okay.
And that's not me being biased.
No, I mean, he has to play to back it up. Yeah. Immediate D-ward coming out here. The clap is going to be clipping Jarex. And they're going to make a go. The blink clap, immediate silence. Jarex says, oh no, you didn't. But he's going to go down regardless. Boogie also drops. But I mean, that's a panda split for 2 supports. They better get a little bit more out of this.
Well, the pressure is definitely onto a tower here straight after. They're right in front of it, and they have a creep wave to go. So I think that's definitely worth. And meanwhile, they are farming, of course. Matumba Man is happy with all the space his team is creating for him, leading the way on the CS chart, but they're not going to pressure the tower.
Yeah, the panda split ended a little bit too soon, and they were kind of after that, so they'll back up for now. And Mag is going to try to rush his way back to a recovery dagger.
Yeah, I mean, he gets some time to farm up here on bottom lane now, after having a very... I'm not going to say a very tough time on top lane, because he was farming quite a bit still. But mid lane definitely turning out a little bit better than I expected after Illidan getting shut down in the early game.
AM still enjoying absolutely free farm. You think he's going to have a 12-minute Treads Battle Fury this game?
Yeah, if no one goes up here to stop him, he will. I mean, he's going to have at least maybe a 10-30 or 11-minute Battle Fury if this keeps going.
How do you feel about not upgrading Treads in this particular case? You're winning the lane so hard. I don't think, for example, the Void Stone regen right now is very necessary. And having the Treads allow you to bully that much harder in lane.
Yeah, but there's no one to bully in many times right now because everyone is just pulled to mid lane by the aggression. So rushing the Battle Fury does farm slightly faster. Okay. And he has the max blink, so he's ready to get his Battle Fury whenever he wants. Of course, max blink allows you to farm faster through the jungle. Some people keep level 1 blink for quite a while, but if you know that you're getting your Battle Fury uncontested, this is the better build.
All right, fair enough. And he is still Farming away.
Yes, it's very exciting to watch. Anyway, mid lane, PA is doing the same thing. And
PA has half the CS the Anti-Mage has, so...
Yes, but right now she is farming away because there's no one even close to her lane.
Yeah.
Valix has to run back down on mid lane. He's going for the Yule Scepter first build on DP once again.
And Brewmaster splits back up, so you can see that the Dire Heroes are a little bit scared.
Yeah.
Hang back, and they're gonna do more things off the map, like Trixie stacking this huge stack.
He has a massive stack there on the Ancients.
He probably wants another level before tackling it.
He can farm it now, though. It's fine.
It will take a ton of damage, though.
He will take a ton of damage before he gets the anchor on them, like the first attack, but he doesn't take that much damage now. Like, most of the creeps will not hurt him.
Right.
Look at how he can just walk
just
in.
actually running
like,
it.
This is the point of getting 2 points into anchor, or 2 points into Kraken, because you actually take no damage.
So...
The big creeps hurt you a little bit, but the small creeps actually deal 0. So quite decent, and he's gonna get... He has 550 gold before. He gets 500 gold on one anchor smash right there, so decent. Gets about 200 more there on the next one, and about to kill some of the big creeps as well.
You know when the game's slow when you watch Tidehunter farm.
Dude, he's
Ancients.
been farming 800 gold, 1,000 gold in 10 seconds, so I think this is the most exciting thing. That 6,000 GPM?
Valix dead. Actually, they even commit a split for that.
That was wasted split.
I think they were expecting a little bit more support, but there was none.
When you're walking out there, though, into the enemy jungle and you just find one hero, I think splitting preemptively is not really needed.
Oh, they'll use the little Brewlings to force out Glyph.
Yeah, well, always something, I guess.
Yeah.
So Tidehunter is very close to his blink right now, but still doesn't really have it. So the pressure on mid should be safe enough to take this tower.
Meanwhile, Mag is still not really close to his, so... Despite the fact that there has been maybe 5 minutes of just calmness and farming, hasn't really shown up for item-wise for anybody.
Oh, it's going to end up being a deny here if they can't do anything about the mid. So definitely a deny for Finstack, and all that time committed to pushing mid doesn't really give that much.
Although it's not like the map control really favors any team in particular.
Well,
I guess you could do some deeper smoke ganks.
I would argue that you need to remove the towers when you're playing against AM, though. AM, with just 12 minutes, he has the
bottom lane, blink initiation against Boogie. Gets him before he turns 6. Nice.
Yeah, fast and easy kill there, charging him with a Stampede. Very nice
tower's always good. I guess we could definitely agree on that, especially against AM.
Yeah, AM is gonna have a blast right now, and I don't think that Polar are too comfortable in this scenario unless they start taking some towers. Because when he's off the map, farming with a Battle Fury, if you don't do anything, you're gonna fall behind really hard. And this is where PA kind of shines, that she doesn't need so many items, but she is half the CS of Anti-Mage, so she has very little items.
12:30 Battle Fury for AM, and the farm begins. Really want Shreds before his farm starting to take off by a lot, but he's been stacking for himself, in fact.
Yeah, and his team stacked the medium camp as well twice, so he has a nice stack over there that he can clear. And Finstack really playing towards that stack, yo. With Ancient farming from Tidehunter is real as well. He has his Blink Dagger already, of course, at this point.
Do you feel like the early game movements of the support just has not been enough for VP.Polar? I mean, that's a weakness of picking other Titan support, right? The hero just doesn't do too much.
Yeah, I suppose so. I think that's also the power in Finstack. They play really well when they pick an aggressive support that Jarex can bully mid lane with, for example. He will do so. But Polar, I think they shine in... Normally the composition of their heroes work really well when they go S5. That's sort of their strength.
So they haven't hit where they're comfortable at the stage of the game.
Yeah, their peak is not really right now or just yet. They need like one item on Phantom Assassin before they can just non-stop go. Also some levels on Elder Titan would be really, really good for them. But they have the double blink on Brewmaster and Centaur, so definitely they are in a position where they can find kills.
Well, the kills will not come, and I guess you could smoke gank the jungle. This would be a good time because you know AM's kind of in there. Or maybe the top lane, because AM will probably start to walk there and defend the tower.
Yeah, definitely you want to make a movement, and they are gathering up for a smoke right now. Gonna go with a 4-man smoke. Down to bottom lane, they have seen quite a bit of heroes. Maybe they want to go behind there, but they're just gonna go to defend the tower. Little do they know that everyone on Finstack has already backed off, and this is wasted time for Polar.
In fact, Shirley might be in a little bit of trouble. They're rotating towards the mid lane, and again, Like, Anti-Mage has not been accounted for. He's going to go for Vlad's.
Yeah.
He knows about the farm speed.
Yeah, he knows. That's really good. I like this because, you know, we saw AM being played earlier on, even by Matumba Man, and skipping the Vlads. I think the value that you get from having the Vlads is so worth. Of course, Yasha speeds up your farm, but even just going for a Vlads before Yasha is actually farming even faster, I think.
I mean, there is, you know, Elder Titan, there are terror, so like just getting armor item is just flat out good, especially against PA.
Yeah, that's a small customization for this specific game.
Yep. Here comes a jump on the mid lane. Shirley almost got Hellfire Blast. This tower is dead. There's no defending it. Or maybe they'll glyph and TP in. Here comes a TP. That's the Brewmaster. They'll actually want to fight into who has the reincarnation, and of course the exorcism that's still up.
Yeah, they got the tower on bottom lane already as well, but top is being pressured by Matumba, forcing one TP up there. So PA gonna try and defend.
Man, if any of those were a crit, Matumba Man could have just died right there. Mid lane looks like it's gonna go down the Blink Clap Initiate. I mean, are they gonna go on Boogie, really? It's gonna kill him twice. They can run past him, and they want a little bit more. Are they gonna get anything apart from the...
Well, Boogie is dead.
Yeah.
They sold out everyone else,
but that's
at the
fine.
very least.
You lost Wraith King to a Brewmaster and a Stampede.
Yeah. I think that's a decent trade, and Boogie is like, yeah, okay, well, you hate me, but I'm position 4, I guess. Yeah, support, so it doesn't matter that much. And he has died 4 times. He's the only one who has died, or he's the one who has died the most on Finstack.
I mean,
he's the target of punishment.
Going back to the beginning of the game where we kind of talked about his roles as support. Again, he's been tanking a lot of ganks, which is fine. But eventually, he will just be a walking aura and a walking stun. Like, he can't keep on dying. He needs to get a blink.
Can we take a moment to just mention that Matumba Man is over 10 CS per minute already at 16 minutes? Like, early on is the hardest time to actually have that high of a CS as well.
Right.
So, over 10 CS per minute is... that's in the monster farm kind of category. If you keep this pace up, you will be completely ridiculous.
And not to take anything away from him, but it's just not him. Himself, like he's been,
definitely not.
Yeah, he's been receiving a lot of stack, but it's also a farming pattern when you play AM. You push out the top wave, you hit that camp, you hit the camp next to that, and then you go back in the lane.
That part of the play, I think, is mechanically pretty simple to get down, but it's more, as you said, it's not about him, it's about his team and the space to create, the keep going on bottom, and also the pressure they applied mid. Sure, they didn't really achieve that much, but in the end, it was very costly for Polar using the Brewmaster split and so on.
Yeah.
And this all creates a safety for your carry, nurturing that poor carry baby. Even going for the enemy agents here. Look at this. He finds the enemy stack.
Oh.
They did see him go here, though, and Vengeful does not like this.
I mean, what they're going to do to punish him? If they could bait a blink back towards the river, they could punish him. He's taking a ton of damage. Yeah. Terror, that's going to force a blink.
Oh, the greed.
Nice disjoint. He's going to TP out, but the clap a little bit late. Oh, not late enough. Matumba, man. Can he get off a blink again? The crit. Oh my god, Stampede even used to actually make sure they get the kill.
Bench is like, hey, he helped us farm the Ancients. Look here, we can farm them.
It's pretty low now, we'll take it.
We'll take it. So Matumba Man with one mistake there, a little bit too greed. The greed got to him in the end.
I mean, that one mistake is pretty crucial though. 50 seconds of not farming.
Oh yeah, it's a massive thing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, dying as AM is... In the first 25 minutes of the game, you definitely never want to die. If you can just keep on the 0 death, your farm is probably going to be amazing no matter what. But very good pickoff there, and well executed by Polar. They knew he was on it. Venge was waiting long enough that her team was around, and forced him to blink to the other side, and they predicted it.
I would say the pace of the game still favor for ASC though. Trixie's taking yet another Ancient stack, working towards a mech. I like the fact that Tide is still going for mech, at least Trixie's Tide is. I've seen a lot of Tide that just skips it, and the team just does not have a mech. And generally, TIE Hunter has enough mana to support a mech Blink Ravage with ease.
Yeah, he can. The TIE Hunter getting the mech is not bad here. And of course, that allows the DP to rush her BKB, which BKB kind of disjoints a lot of the things that Polar can throw at him.
Mostly like the Centaur stuff, right? You're pretty afraid of the burst
Centaur
damage.
and the stun from Vengeful. Like, you're not being controlled. You're not being controlled by the Brewlings. So as long as you get your BKB and your ulti out, you're pretty good to go in the team fights. But still, the pressure is on Polar to make more things happen. You killed the AM, and that's great. But I still don't think that Battle Fury PA farming is anything that you can even compare to Battle Fury AM farming.
Right, they haven't gotten an objective out of that kill, so Maybe they need to win big up top.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen a lot of like comeback games where one team is farming much better. They lose 1 or 2 fights, and suddenly the other team gets a little bit of gold from the comeback mechanic and starts wrecking. So T1's going to get immediately glyphed. Clap is used as well, but it looks like they're going to forfeit this T1. A little bit late to rescuing the party. PA thinking about blinking in, but does not want to blink into this.
Yeah, that's too much, really.
Actually, they want to fight back. Blink Ravage going to come out. That's going to get both Centaur and DK Phobos. BKB straight into O from Phobos. Mag's going to get dropped, but where's the damage output? Pia in the backline gets 1 coup de grace. They're going to look for Trixie. Trixie gets swapped back, but there is no damage because PA does not want to go into this goal.
ulti hurt so much.
I know.
They might kill this Bruling. The last Bruling is just barely alive. Oh my god.
Blinks back out, but I mean, they could actually even find him. TP scroll and cooldown for 17 seconds. They will find him. DK Phobos digs himself a ghostly prison on the left side.
Yeah.
Dead.
That was a really good fight for Finstack, as they had DP just dealing all the damage for him there. Matumba Man missed his ulti pretty hard as he tried to use it on Centaur when he was missing like 50 mana or something. But just DP cleaning house right there, showing why she's such a high-value pick, really.
Did you think that VP.Polar needed to fight there? Because regardless, that tower has already went down.
They got greedy when AM blinked back. They thought that maybe we can go here, but really it doesn't matter. Blink is so short cooldown anyway on AM, so they got baited, and now I think that Roshan is going to be the price they might pay. As AM cleans this Ancients, and right after he can just go into Roshan and start punching it.
FNG perhaps getting caught out. He's being chased by a DP. DP heals him up, but looks like they'll just take the Aegis for free.
Yeah, they're going mid though, and they managed to kill down Boogie on his Wraith King.
Oh, they
so
might
this
kill
Roshan
Valix as well.
Stopped. Yeah.
Okay. You know, actually, if they come in and steal the Roche, there is no Ravage.
Yeah, and that was a big mistake by Valix getting caught out, because his team was just his teammate just died mid. He needs to run down there. There's no way that he should be caught out there, I think. Just a miscommunication or lack of communication.
Like the move by Matumba Man, just forces, shoves the lane in on the bottom side.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
Shoving lanes is the fastest way to farm after all, so it plays to 2 nice effects, right?
Whoa.
Oh, he gets caught out. Nice prediction by Mag.
Magic Missile needs to hit, and it will. The blink into a mech. Not going to work. Trixie, I'm not sure. He's seen, right? They do see him.
They saw him.
Yeah, the courier is going to give a little bit of vision. Swap to break the TP. Trixie is dead as well. And the comeback is real, right? You go into the Roshan pit right now.
Yeah, Polar getting all the kills. I think you can even just try to push, but Roche pit would be a...
Nobody's actually going that direction. They're going to just farm it.
They could have gone for Roche, I think. Definitely.
I mean, you have Stifling Dagger to break Lincolns, and then you Blink Strike. You have the minus armor. Why are they not doing it?
Well, they want to take it slow. They just got 2 kills previously and got 2 kills again, so just trying to sit on the advantage they took. Not sure if it's going to be the correct decision here, as I like to see people take an objective after getting these kills, because the kill is nice in itself and you get the levels for it, some gold as well. But you really want to secure an even better
They
spot.
see Boogie. Boogie's going to get double clapped, and they'll wait. All right, 1 crit goes off, and there you go. Easy kill.
They're finding all the pickoffs with the Brewmaster and Centaur right now. Mag playing really well, and DK Phobos shines a lot more on his Brewmaster than he did on the Void game.
Yeah, actually a big part of it is FNG. He's like microing his spirit around. He's always finding like random people here and there.
Yeah, he had the spirit on the Anti-Mage as well when they focused him down. So 11 of his armor is gone immediately there. And, you know, sure he has the 5 from Vladimir's, but...
You know, Elder Titan's quite close to his Yule Scepter. And suddenly you have a very reliable way to like at least do a ton of damage to that AM, if not pick him off.
That is true. That is true. The one thing that I'm not too sure about on Polar is how well is the PA gonna play in this game. He is fairly good against AM. If you have the Spirit Honor from FNG, I can definitely see her bring him down really fast. But I just feel that if AM farms up the Abyssal Blade really fast, and Metastal is going to be online very shortly, then PA can be bullied by an AM even.
I mean,
simply because she falls behind net worth, but she's keeping up the pace pretty well now.
She's got a BKB, so she's very, very fight worthy right now, especially being able to dodge that Ravage. I mean, I would feel a lot more confidence about PA's chances, or rather VP.Polar's chances, if they took that Roshan earlier.
Yes.
But, you know, let's not cry over spilled milk. Is that correct?
Yeah. That's correct.
That the
Furion
first-
would be impressed.
Yes.
I'm impressed.
It's more surprised than impressed, I think.
Yeah, actually surprised.
Actually surprised. All right. Mag invised up, looking for some fights, some runes.
Yeah. I just want to point out that Lumi was giving me a crazy stare while he was saying that
questioning
word
stares.
for word. On the side of VP.Polar, we also see a Vladimir's being built up now by Brewmaster. And it's really nice to just add this when you're playing against stuff like DP with all that physical damage. You have the minus armor from Tide and so on. Even Wraith King deals a fair amount of right clicks.
How much does Crimson Guard do here for Mag?
For Mag?
Yeah.
Oh, actually on mid lane, are they trying to go here? The BKB is available?
They actually popped the... Oh, well, there you go. The Coup de Grace going to get 1 kill. Not sure whether using the BKB just for that is necessary, but they did actually bait out a DPO.
Yeah, they can disjoint really hard with the Centaur Stampede, and as you said, DP ult for Stampede is a nice trade. Roche is still up though, and they're trying to defend top with Polar. This might be immediate Finstack Roche.
Here's the thing though, there's a Brewmaster ultimate, so they can't stay too long.
Yeah.
Shirley Finette just racing across the lands right now. DPO almost ending. This is a
fluttering?
pretty... She does not have the flutter yet.
Okay.
Not flutter boys yet.
Okay. To touch back on the question you had about the Crimson Guard and how much it's gonna do, as Bruno pointed out in the cast previously, Crimson Guard doesn't block the DP ulti,
right?
So you don't get massive reward from it.
I mean, there's mana break for AM too.
It's decent, yeah. That's what I mean. It's not gonna be insanely good against anyone, and Wraith King is not really that farm that you worry about him so much.
So I guess it's more so the base stats of the Crimson Guard.
Yeah,
the armor,
it's fairly
the regen.
good overall,
Yeah.
and it also doesn't cost any mana. It's a very cost-effective item, in my opinion.
I mean, I like to see him going to Heaven's Outbreak after this, because, I mean, there's no BKB on AM yet. Pressure him a little bit.
Yeah.
Make sure that he doesn't kind of tear through your team. And finally, we see VP.Polar. You know, Exorcism is down.
I kind of like the build that Koikwa loves to go on Centaur, though, with the Blink into Force Staff into Hex later on, with a BKB maybe in between, but just getting that Hex eventually is really useful.
Yeah. I mean, that's more of like a utility build. Mag plays more like in your face, I'm going to keep on stomping you, you have to deal with me, you cannot ignore me, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty interesting spin on the hero, and I personally like this one more.
That is true. So, do you expect just a Basher build now from Matumba Man? It kind of has to be, right? Most of the times, it's going to be a rushed Basher after the Manta is done.
Yeah, I mean, you just hope you don't miss, I guess, against PA.
Yeah, and PA is very seldom your initial target.
Yeah, you want to go for the Venge.
Especially as she has the Aegis, and she also could have the BKB active, rendering all your mana break useless. So you don't actually burn her.
I mean, is there actually a good support target to go for, right? You said AM needs to pick up support. Venge, high armor, could even swap.
I think
there's a Yules on Elder Titan.
Getting the kill on Elder Titan would be really good, but...
Can you though? Like, unless you first hit bash, he's gonna Yules.
Assume a Ravage. You can kill someone.
Okay, fair enough.
So it's up to Trixie to set it up for AM, of course. And
I mean, even with the Abyssal Blade, he could just blink in and then just stun the Panda, allowing the rest of the team to follow up. That's pretty good as well.
That's why you want to hit that Super Basher, so you can actually target down anyone you want. And that is necessary. Mid tower is probably going to be sacked here by Finstack, because Oh, Boogie walking in pretty close here.
Does Boogie have the blink yet? He does. He does. So he's actually a relevant factor now, not just a walking stun aura. But tier 2 is going to go down.
A walking dead. Well, the tower was just plain out sacked, and you have to pay respect to the enemy having...
There's a Yules if they actually see him. No, there's nothing.
They're going to see him now. He blinks in. Oh, the Manta to the other side of the trees. What a meta.
I mean, I don't think he meant to do that.
That's some Warcraft 3, you know, like anime fight kind of Manta style right there.
Anime fight.
Dude.
What a map.
All those maps
it was like Bleach versus Naruto.
All those maps had stuff where you could mirror image to get to some broken place and just, you know, win the game. Anyway, really nice play there. I think you just always route the meta style before you blink in those cases when you have some scary hero right next to you. So that they can't really target you. Either way, works out really nice.
In terms of the Go graph, you can see that the farm has evened out quite a bit. And all of our question is whether PA could kind of catch up in farm. She has, in fact, done so quite well. Jumping into this is a little bit scary, though.
Well, she has Aegis. Nothing is scary when you have Aegis, in my
true.
opinion. And I like the fact that he's so early, or maybe not that early, but gets the Basher on PA as well.
I think it's a necessity, right?
Yeah, Basher is a necessity. When you jump people and you have Basher on PA, they have to be really scared, because chances are so high that you're either going to bash or crit on those 3 to 4 initial hits.
It's like doubling your lottery, you know? It's like one or the other is good. Looks like there was a trying to TP out, Skywrath.
Oh, the bash?
Oh.
Well, it doesn't matter, actually.
I don't think.
But just pointing out.
Is that a tower?
Well, it's a pressure anyway, and I don't think that anyone wants to do anything about this pressure. So.
Yeah, the split push has not been good enough in this particular instance for Matumba Man.
He opts to go for the MKB, so he wants to kill the PA. Makes a lot of sense when you think about the Brewmaster as well, to be honest.
That is true, but I think it's more so about like being able to hit through the Brewmaster evasion than killing PA, because I don't think he's going to kill PA. A BKB, yeah.
Okay.
She has BKB for the mana break. She has a defensive swap.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant when you think about the Brewmaster being on that team.
Yeah.
He can't even farm these creeps. This Drunken Haze is still, he's hitting, so he starts pinging in rage. He missed like 7 attacks in a row on the creeps and just was asking, what's up? But the pressure now on top lane here, Polar, they don't want to wait.
So, here's a Yules on PA. She's still got the Aegis. I'm not sure exactly how long he has it left. I mean, you're just gonna go ham, right? There's a deck.
Oh my god! Valix is gone, man.
And now they're gonna go around Boogie. Boogie does have the ultimate. We'll have to, use it immediately. Tide is
Valix
dead
doesn't have
as well.
buyback. Tide doesn't have buyback. 2 heroes dead.
Yeah, no chase. Just focus on buildings, man.
Oh god, this is not what we want to have happen.
Dagger crit into a blink crit.
Dude.
Shirley Finette, yo.
Shirley Finette, what a player.
What a Kokias.
Yeah. Illidan Storm Rage
character
as well. Well, this is pretty sad for Finstag. Not having buyback has punished him a lot. No reincarnation on this Wraith King.
Thanks for the free heal. Looks like a little bit of mistiming here against the AM, but they'd been in a very good position. Blinks back, and now it's going to focus on the Rax. There's a courier hanging out.
The courier's dead.
Alright, I'm not sure what that was about.
Well, it delivered its cargo. It's fine.
Yep, they get double Rax, and they'll back off. Now, it's not exactly game yet, because Anti-Mage can defend against creeps quite well. They're thinking about going back in.
It's a massive setback, though. I mean, you don't want to have this happen to you at all.
Definitely not, because one of AM's weapon is to shove out waves and constantly pressure. And instead of doing that, you have one wave pressuring against you.
And I mean, DP has decent HP, and normally this build would be fairly good. But I think he should not have built his Mystic Staff first, because he wants the Shivas in this game. But
should have been plate mail first.
He should have gone for a plate mail first, and he's probably, beating himself up about this because 1,200 damage was the crit there.
Well, he had only 2 armor, right? Because the aura was on him, and they're gonna clap him. This one they won't miss, right? They will not. And if Matumba Man dies here, in fact, he will.
Yeah, again, finished by a really strong crit in the end. Shirley Finette.
What's with teams getting really ahead and just like catch? Here's the throw.
The throw is real?
I mean, I'm not sure if this was a throw because
I agree. It's always like the first 10 minutes, one team is winning really hard, and then it seems they just make some really big mistakes.
What was the big mistake this game?
Well,
I mean, AM got caught once. A couple heroes got caught once, and then Roshan was there. It's like a small gradual mistake almost.
Yeah, maybe it's more like consistently making repeated mistakes, I should say.
Yeah.
But getting picked off everywhere to the Centaur and Brewmaster, like they just ganked them on mid, got 1 kill, and then the second kill was more like a bonus because Valix didn't seem like he even cared that Boogie died mid and just died as well from what to me seems like a weird decision of going that route even.
Yeah, and I think, for example, in the DP part, that was just a poor itemization. Like, if she didn't die there, the Rax would be alive.
Or
at least
even if she just kept the gold and had buyback, the Rax would also be alive, probably. Hard to tell, though, because they were so strong. Now Abyssal Blade is completed on PA.
Jeez.
This is not only a big thing for the secured stun, but also the damage. The crits are really strong. I mean, the crits were already strong, but...
1,400.
Yeah, 1,480, not bad.
Here we go.
Yeah, walking up the high ground, agi treads of confidence.
Blink, Ravage, they're going to throw everything on Shirley. Can you burst her down? She pops a BKB, and it's the other way we go. The mech's going to come off Trixie. probably going to be immediately dead, and
Team
PA
fight
will
fails.
stick on the target. Matumba Man is dead. There's Boogie coming back, and Jurax is dead. Matumba Man, he's out of the fight without buyback.
GG
They're going to
enemy
chase
now.
for Valix. They're going to clean up Boogie.
Yeah. I
Look
mean,
at these crits.
1,585 damage crit onto Boogie, and you know, you try to jump in and burst down on a PA, but unless everyone is close enough to actually deal the damage there, it's not going to work out, because the turnaround is real, as you say. When Brewmaster jumps in, the Stampede goes out, and I think Finstack have, you know, this surprised me. I called 1-1 in this series, but I did not expect Polar to lose last game, and I did not expect Finstack to lose this game. Of course, they keep playing here, and they actually have a tier 2 tower on bottom, so let's not count them out completely, but this is, you know, if you make a comeback from this, never mind all the graphs, but just due to how the game is set up, PA being extremely overfarmed now, even higher net worth than the AM, if you make a comeback from this game, that's a legendary achievement, I think.
All right, well, we'll see if it's possible. Roshan's going to come back soon. There's a Rune of Destiny here, which I think they should just save it.
Yeah.
And use it for the push. And in fact, that's exactly what they're doing.
They are saving it for quite a while here. And to be honest...
Actually, you can't save it because it'll replace itself. So you kind of have to pick it up now,
Yeah, but it's Roshan respawning. That works too. 2,200 damage crits, 2 hits, and Roshan is half HP. Roshan has never been so overwhelmed before, as PA goes in and just wrecks him.
The Aegis, yeah, 36.
Oh, the DD and haste.
Sure.
Thank you, Ice Frog. I'll take it. I'll take it.
I mean, he has this vision now, like, who do I see? Who can I one-hit shot?
That haste animation, though, the movement.
It's pointing forward with his other hand,
it's
man.
the Superman gliding.
Oh, Boogie.
Okay, he wants to dive into the enemy base because he has the Aegis, haste, and DD, and just really wants to make something happen.
I would advise against that, because that would be like somehow, some way VP.
Somehow, some way, there's a throw even for this game.
All right. The crits, anybody?
Oh, he's
looking
in.
for it.
Assassin style.
Oh, casual 2-3 hits, and they're going to try to blow it on shoot. Oh my god, the return crit.
Hello,
Matumba
Matumba
Man is dead. Valix is dead. They're all dead. GG gets called. A quick one at that. 26-7 is the final headline.
That was the biggest kill advantage of today.
Yes.
And a massive win, really, for VP.Polar here. So, Finstack, I mean, they proved us wrong when they picked the AM into the Voids. They did not really prove us wrong in this case, picking the AM into the Elder Titan. And I think ET did a lot of work against him.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
and somehow, I think
painful.
Little sold us all his item at the end of the game score, just to look cool.
Didn't even need items.
Yeah.
That's the same thing as the old trick, buying recipes just to look like you have tons of Daedalus, right?
Yeah.
All right, so that's game, really.
That is indeed game.
Welcome back,
It's a
Sigurd.
good observation. Thank you. So I have, I'm curious. First of all, like VP.Polar, they deserved that win because previous game was so hard on them, and like you saw them with their like beaten faces, and they really like they
FNG looks really sad when they lose.
Yeah. So they kind of like, for me, they deserved that win purely because of that, and you know they look really happy as well when they won. So that's good. I was curious for 4ASC. So at the start of the game, at some point, I believe it was not even 10 minutes, and everybody was fighting mid, basically, apart from Anti-Mage. So did VP.Polar have a better fighting lineup earlier than 4ASC? And most of all, is that why they might have lost? Because Anti-Mage took too long.
They definitely had a better fighting lineup early.
Look how happy he looks. He's so happy.
He's happy now. He's a very animated person. Like his expressions.
Is he wearing nail polish?
Maybe. He might be. Don't question him.
Okay, but he is a very happy person, yes.
But definitely it was a stronger fighting lineup drafted by FNG. But I think AM was pretty fine. It just surprised me that they took these big fights before AM has any items. Normally you just want to kind of keep the enemy busy. But Brewmaster and Centaur, I'm going to have to give them the MVP mark on this game because
they found the ganks.
Mag and DK Phobos just tag teamed up and killed everything they ran into. They didn't care if they ran into the entire stack of 4 Finns. They just killed everything.
Yeah, but you're saying it, 4 Finns.
4 Finns.
Not 5.
Not 5 Finns.
And that might have just cost them the game in the end. I mean, at some point you're also going to get lucky with certain crits, which, you know, that happens. It's a PA, so
if you believe enough, you will get rewarded, kind of thing. You know, jump a few times, and all it really takes is 1 crit anyway, as we saw in the DP there.
1 crit, 1 Rex.
1 crit, 1 Rex, 2 Rex, even.
Sure.
Surely.
Okay, well, we have got a man of the match sitting on the couch together with Bruno for a winner's interview.
Thank you, Shiver, and I'm here with Illidan. Hello, Illidan, how are you?
Oh, nice.
Get the mic close. There you go.
Okay.
You can. Perfect. Congratulations on your second victory.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, the first game didn't go so well. What happened the first game?
Oh, we always pick Razor. We always suck with his hero.
I see.
We don't know just what to do. It's like we failed at middle game so hard. We favored like 10k at 15 minutes, but then suddenly it's all our favor because we just don't know what to do. So like we can't play free farm heroes. It's not what we train in, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's our weakness, I think.
I see. Okay. But well, the second game went very well, and you were on the Phantom Assassin. You got a lot of crits. It was really good. And when I think of you, normally, you're one of those guys that, like, I think you always shine in the carry position. Like, the team is normally, no matter where you play, they create a lot of space around you. No matter if you win or lose, you always end up with a lot of farm. So I want to ask you, in this patch, what are the carries that you think are the strongest right now?
No, I think late game carries. So I can't name one hero because they all counter each
sorry,
other.
I'm gonna grab it here. There you go. That's better. Sorry, I was telling. We didn't tell production.
No problem.
So yeah, you were saying.
No, I don't think that we have strongest hero right now in late game.
Okay.
Except Medusa, maybe she is the strongest. But other heroes counter each other. It's like anti-mage counters Morphling, Morphling counters some melee hero damagers. So there are no strongest, but you always should have late game carry.
So for you, like, you would say it's important to wait until they pick their carry and then you pick a carry that does well.
Yeah, and we decide to do it only on some last picks because it's important what heroes are going to explode me in late. Like,
right, yeah.
if enemies have Skyres, you can't just go Morphling because on any stage of the game you can die easily.
Yeah. And you think Phantom Assassin does very well versus Anti-Mage?
The fact is Elder Titan does well.
I see.
That's the main strongest hero we got. So we thought about Morphin or Phantom Assassin. But we understand that if you have zero armor and crit is like 1,500, so you're dead.
Yeah.
It's how they lost the site and the game. So
good. So okay, so you now go to a hotel, hopefully back to sleep and relax, and you will be playing in a couple days again. But from 0 to 10, how do you feel you are playing right now compared to how you can play?
I think it's 6 because we are higher than standard, but we have a lot of fails that we shouldn't do.
Okay.
We talk about it a lot, what we shouldn't do, like no dive, don't go here, you can die. But someone still goes here and dies. That's the most terrible thing here. Other things is okay, and if we fix that, I think we can fight every team.
Cool, that's good. So we're going to go into a break now, but before that, do you want to give a shout out, say hi to someone, thank you to someone?
Shout out to my organization, shout out to my girlfriend who supports me from home, to my parents, to our fans, because we had a long road from the beginning. We have changes only a week ago, so hard time for us to find a new play style, as you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks to guys who supporting us right now.
That's great, and I'm sure that you're gonna do better and better each day. So that was Illidan, by the way. They can follow you on Twitter at IllidanSTR.
I don't have Twitter.
You don't have to. Why don't you have Twitter? You need to have Twitter. People need to follow this guy. This guy is really cool.
All say that, but I still.
Do you stream?
Yeah.
On Twitch?
Yeah.
Illidan STR?
Yeah, Dota, STR, Dota.
Illidan STR Dota. You can watch him there on Twitch. And with that, we're going into a break. You're going to see more of Illidan and VP.Polar tomorrow. After this break, we'll have Team Tinker versus 4ASC. See you in a bit.